Welcome back, Jayhawks fans, to Over 50. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, share, comment, like, do all that good stuff. And Kansas pulled out a little bit of a nail biter against Creighton. Kansas really should have won this game by more, but Creighton, I got to give them credit. They were hitting their threes. This is like the worst three-point shooting team the Big East has to offer. And they were, if we look at their stats, they were 43% from three-point range. They went 12 from 28, and they were just on point. But they also, I think, had a little bit of help from the referees because there were some fouls in this game and an out-of-bounds call at the end that was clearly off Creighton. Should have been Kansas's ball, but because it wasn't under 2 minutes, you can't go back and review it. And the baseline referee wasn't paying attention, so he threw his hands up and had to get help from the sideline referee who didn't have a good viewpoint. But, you know, you can't – good teams don't blame the referees. They go out and win. They go out and they get stops, and Kansas did that. But what I think Kansas did that was really amazing today, and, of course, they had to jinx it at the end. But look at Kansas going 19 of 20 from the free throw line. 95%. Now, Kansas shoots their normal 70% from the free throw line, which would be basically going 14 of 20. This is a 73-72 game. And so if Kansas hadn't hit their free throws, that's what won this game. I mean, I always talk about rebounding, and rebounding held firm in this game. I'm an old school philosophy of, if you out-rebound the other team, that means you get more chances. You get second chances for your team, and you take second chances away from their team. Kansas had 47 rebounds. Creighton only had 31. And that was huge, too. Kansas, held Creighton to 35% from the floor. Creighton actually shot better from the three-point line than it did from the floor. Creighton, they were good from the free throw line, 86%. Kansas came out, shot 40%, 41% from the floor, 37.5% from three-point range. But those free throws were crucial in this game. Without those free throws, this is a totally different game. I mean, there's no way around it. But something that I felt was kind of interesting, look at the personal foul totals here. You've got 21 fouls for Kansas, only 16 for Creighton. So a part of me wonders if, maybe, I'm not going to say anything's rigged or not, but it's just kind of interesting how a team that played in overtime, a day ago or 2 days ago, so they have, their legs aren't as fresh, and they can only go 6 deep. You can see they only played 6 guys the entire game. Kansas plays 10 guys. And, Remy Martin, had a great day. But back to the fouls, it just seemed kind of interesting how Kansas seemed to be getting called for a lot of fouls, and then Creighton would turn around and you'd have the same kind of thing, same kind of action, same kind of result, but yet no whistle. But, aside from that, Kansas wins the game. Remy Martin had a huge game coming off the bench. Remy Martin puts in 20. I mean, Remy is back. And I said in an earlier video, if Kansas doesn't get Remy Martin back by March Madness, it's going to be a short stay in the tournament. But it's good that they have him back. Ochai Agbaji finally came around, ended up scoring 15. Christian Brown, 13. Wilson, 14. David McCormick, 7 and 6. Not what you'd like to see from McCormick, but McCormick, again, at the free throw line, just monster good. But, of course, everybody was monster good for the Jayhawks. So what that leaves now is the Jayhawks will be moving on to Chicago. So they will be looking to see, they'll be playing on the 25th. The time is unsure on that one. It'll probably, I would guess, would be a relatively early game because Richmond and Providence, the winner of this game, will be playing Kansas. So I would imagine that it would be an early game to try to give these guys, I don't know. I mean, Kansas, if it's too late of a game, you give Kansas more rest. So I would imagine it would probably be an earlier scheduled game, but it won't be too early because you don't have that many teams left. This is the Sweet 16, but I would guess it probably would be the earlier of the options, but we'll know that on the 25th. But Kansas holds on, pulls away at the very last second, 79-72. The most important time to have a lead is at the end of the game, and Kansas did that. So with that, again, if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to work on that 2002 incoming recruits video. I'll try to have that up for you next week. Just something like a little early look at what Kansas has coming in. But until next time, take care of yourselves and rock chalk.